I was thinking in this moment as Quan, I was like, I'm the best fighter here. How do I keep freaking losing? How is Robbie taking me on 1v2 with Yoon? This is bull crap. This is all bull crap. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, I'm the best one here. And he's just pissed off to his peak, and then he sees the knife. And I feel like Quan's sick mind thinks that that's a sign from the universe of like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to win. The universe is telling me this is how I'm supposed to win. And he thinks it's comical at that point of like, okay, you're testing me.
That's all it took.
Do
it.
Like,
yeah.
And it's like, I think he sees it as a gift from the universe of like, oh, okay, let's do it. You're testing me to see if I'm going to go to those lengths. I will go to those lengths. Stunt team had come up with a lot of different ways on how I would fall on the knife. And, by this point, our trust was at its peak. So they were really open to my ideas. And I was like, it was really similar to how we came up with that kick in episode 9. It was like, what if Quan is trying to do the same kick as Axel, but with the knife, and gets hit midair and then falls on it, So, because I think the original ideas, they were really good, but I felt like it didn't show too easy for him to go down. I felt like Quan is a much better fighter than that, even though I think we established that Axel might be a little stronger. It's not by a drastic amount, So for him to fall for something too easily didn't feel right to me. So that's why we kind of came up with that idea of like, he's trying to do something very advanced, but then gets hit midair, So out of breath at that point. When I fell, then we had to shoot that wide shot, and I had to hold my breath after yelling my brains out and just hold my breath and play dead after I fell on that. That was tough. I remember after they called cut, it took me a while to like get up because I was like holding my breath after just doing all of that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think I might actually die here. Like, I can't breathe, man. This is crazy. Yeah. But yeah, shout out Patrick, because he sold that moment so well.
Shout out for him assisting your death in the show. Because if you've seen this theme in the show, like, one of the kids getting hurt, or just like, even if it's like Johnny or Daniel, one of them getting hurt like that, we've never seen that. We've seen them get close to that point. Obviously, Chosen was probably the closest to like seeing someone get cut by like an object, like, the closest thing to a knife was the sword that Silver was using. So like, just a step from that, and wow, like you said, one of the young characters on screen, and just when Daniel, because obviously Daniel's seeing this as well. I've never seen anything like this. There's never been like anything like this in the show. Cobra Kai's version of like Endgame or Infinity War or something insane, right?
Ooh.
It's so horrifying, and like you said, like just to be in that moment for that long. On a positive note, did you get any like funny behind the scenes or any photos of that moment there when they yell cut and you're just like there? Like,
dude,
please tell me you got some funny moments with that, like just to sort of go, wow, this is my time in the show.
So many.
But what a moment, right?
Yeah.
I think he believes that Axel didn't know about the knife.
Yeah, I think he's trying to distract him with the kicks, and then in the air trying to stab him, but then Axel doesn't see it at that point, and he's just defending himself. And yeah, I think he's kind of in shock when it happens. So yeah. That was so, oh my god, I have so many pictures and photos. That is something that I think till the day I actually die, I will remember crystal clear for the rest of my life. And it's like, it's something that's really hard to put into words. I actually have one picture with me on the floor, and it's Billy, Ralph, and Marty all standing looking at me. And it's just like the most legendary picture ever, man. I don't know where my phone is. I'm gonna post it one of these days. Definitely, like that. It has to be on the internet. Because there's so much. But it was actually kind of funny though too, because I remember we were very conscious on how to make the blood come out and all this. This was all super new to me, and using the prop knife and all this and that. And when what was really cool was Ralph pretty much he was a big part on giving birth to Quan in this universe,
so
by directing that episode. And he got to take me out in a way, which was really, really cool. And so I count it as having a scene with Ralph Macchio. You guys might not because we're not talking back and forth, but I count it. My life is complete. I have a scene with Bob Macchio. But yeah, no, it was so funny was when he turned me over, the prop knife would like swing, it would like wiggle, and like
Yeah.
the director is like on the camera, like they're shooting on Ralph, and Ralph is like, he's got tears in his eyes, you know, he's like, and like I just hear the director going, Ralph, can you make sure the knife doesn't move? And then Ralph is like, oh shit. He's like, oh shit, like, oh, it won't stay. And I'm just like, dude, I'm just having to play dead, you know? And I'm just like, oh, I want to help, but if I try to move, it's just gonna make this worse. So like I don't know what to do. I just gotta
I know
I
that
mean,
so
that was so fun. And I remember Ralph being like, dang, you're heavy, man, when he had to turn me over because I wanted to help him turn me,
yeah.
but like I just gotta not move, you know, and just like play dead is I don't know. It was like it's so hard to play so still in a way, you know.
Right, yeah.
And he was like, "You're doing a good job, man. Like you're giving me a lot to play off of." Like, and I just remember after that, like it was so funny because like everyone was like taking pictures with like pretending to stab me because I have the knife,
I was
the
like,
prop
I was
knife, and there's just
expecting
blood everywhere. So everyone's just like I felt like Mickey Mouse at Disneyland where everyone wanted to take turns like taking pictures like
I'm sure
stabbing me,
Tanner had fun
which was
with
so
that.
funny because these guys are all my yeah, I know for sure. Like everyone's like these guys are all my heroes and I'm feeling like Mickey Mouse in the costume. Like this is so cool. Everyone was circled around me, you know, and I was just like, "Oh, it's happening. Like this is crazy." And when we finished that scene, you know, everyone stunts, crew, extras, like hundreds of people in there just surrounding me, just all like started applauding for me. And I was just like,
Oh,
what
wow.
the heck? And freaking
So
Jacob Bertrand goes, speech, 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 speech,
Oh.
speech, and starts shouting. And so I was like, I didn't even know what to say. I was just saying how thankful I was for everything and how surreal it felt. And I almost started crying because I was just,
Oh, I wouldn't be
it
surprised.
was just in awe. But yeah, it
Mm.
was. We had no time for that, but they still gave me the time to do that. So I was just, yeah, that was something I will never forget for
Wait,
the rest
but
of my
at
life,
this point
man.
of the speech, are you, like, standing with the fake knife, in there, or, like, is that all, like, kind of you've taken all that stuff off and you're having your speech in your moment? 'Cause
Oh no, it's in me. Like it's in me.
So you're on the floor like,
Like I
"Thanks, guys,
have the
peace
knife.
out."
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Pretty
funny.
much. Yeah. Funny playing that character, like playing when you have all of that on you, because you don't see it. You
Mm.
know, you don't see how real it looks, especially when you play dead. And like I just felt like people were just looking at me all the time, like, oh my God, you know, and I'm like,
Mm.
I'm just having a good time, like, oh yeah, this is fun. And then
Yeah.
I didn't and until I look at the pictures and like some of the playback was I like, oh, that looks oh man, that looks gnarly, you know?